Hello guys, welcome back. Welcome back to Yvonne Talks. My name is, you guessed it, Yvonne, and today I'll be rambling about FNaF. Now, I thought that it's a good time to talk about FNaF since FNaF 6 came out recently, and it seems like FNaF 6 is gonna be the last game in the series. So I thought, why not talk about it a little bit? Why not to share something interesting? So let's do this, I guess. FNaF, I love FNaF. I love the story, I love the lore, I love, of course, the horror factor of this game. But when it first came out, well, you can say that I didn't even notice it. I've seen someone play this game, but I wasn't really so much interested in it. But when FNaF 2 came out, I remember that I've seen, again, someone play FNaF 2, and then I noticed the lore of this game. So when I first seen FNaF 1, I thought it's just a horror game. But when FNaF 2 came out with all these death minigames, I realized that there is something more. So I went to a wiki, FNaF wiki, and I read it all. And one of the articles said that the only person at the time who managed to beat 420 mode of the first game is Mark Iplier. Anyway, that's how I found out about Mark's channel. No, not like that. I remember that I've seen Mark play something else, but I wasn't subscribed till that moment. So FNaF actually made me subscribe to Mark. And at this time he was playing FNaF 2, and I think it was like 6 nights or something like that. But anyway, I watched through all his FNaF videos and I liked it a lot. And since that day, I am subscribed to Markiplier. Now, I will rank these games a bit later, but anyway. So let's start with FNaF 1, with Classic. I can't say, again, when I first watched this game, it didn't really pick my interest, and there wasn't really a lot of story behind FNaF 1. I mean, yeah, there were some posters of missing kids and missing children, and there was Golden Freddy, of course, and all this "it's me" messages, and I think that's it. And of course 1987, 1983? 1987, yeah. 1987, the year of this bike. And that was it, basically. But then FNaF 2 came out. With death minigames, with the puppet, with Golden Freddy again, with all this new animatronic, with Mangle, with Balloon Boy, with toy animatronics, with, again, death minigames. So much information was hidden in these death minigames. With Purple Guy, yeah. So you can already probably tell that FNaF 2 is one of my favorites, at least. Oh yeah, I probably should say that I've played through all of these games. I played FNaF 1. I think I've managed to beat 6 Nights, but that's it. FNaF 2, I managed to beat 5 Nights because Golden Freddy was super active at night 6, and I couldn't find any way to beat him, and I didn't have the patience to actually to see through as Mark did and beat it. But anyway, it was fun as well. Moving on, FNaF 3. okay, one spring trap and all these phantom animatronics. Of course, there was some interesting parts, like again, phantoms and spring trap and puppet. Again, yeah, my two favorite animatronics are Puppet and Golden Freddy. So anytime I saw those two, it was a really great time for me. So anyway, FNAF 3, well, it didn't work for me as well as FNAF 2. But there were some good moments in there. Like, for example, do you remember this ambience, this noise when Springtrap comes closer to you? It's like an old kettle with boiling water, you know, this whistle. It was really, really powerful for me to tense me up. And yeah, Springtrap jump scare wasn't really that frightful, but this noise, I don't know why, but this noise drove me literally mad. I think for a horror game it's a really good thing. But there were some good minigames, like a good ending, for example, the happiest day. It was a really, really sad ending, but it was good. I liked it, of course. This whole telephone stuff with you have to enter the numbers on your wall. For some reason, that was not intuitive at all, but I guess it is what it is. And we got again Purple Guy and his story, and the story of those 5 kids in the animatronics that he was dismantling. So story-wise, it was a good game, but when it comes to actually gameplay and scare factor, well, FNAF 2 was better. Let's say in that way. Next, moving on, FNAF 4. FNAF 4 came with a lot of suspicion because after FNAF 3, I think everyone thought that it was the last game, or probably one of the last games at least. So when teasers for FNAF 4 came out, it was unexpected, really. But anyway, yeah, gameplay-wise, it was a great game because in this game, you should listen. In none other previous games, FNAF games, I mean, you didn't have, well, you almost didn't have to listen. Sure, if FNAF 2, you have to always listen for the mangle or balloon boy knocking or something else like that, but you still had the cameras. But in FNAF 4, you open the door and you have to listen. And you have to listen really, really closely, because if something is there and you will flash your light, it will jump scare you so hard because you're listening so hard to this, and this jump scare is so effective, and these nightmares are so goddamn terrifying. Anyway, this listening mechanics was really good, and I'm glad Scott experimented with it a little bit. And FNAF 4 came out with a byte of 83, I think. I'm not sure. 83 or 87, I'm not sure, one of those. So it turns out that there is actually another byte and another accident in Freddy Fazbear's. And it happened back there when it was only there are only 2 animatronics in the Springtrap and Golden Freddy, and that's basically the origin story of Golden Freddy on Springtrap. And of course there was some games, not death mini games. I think after each night you had like mini game, a story. Yeah, and in the box. What's in the box? What's in the box? And MadPat always talking about this box. But anyway, I don't think Scott will ever reveal what's inside the box, because for me it's nothing there. It's just a representation of something that is closed and something that Scott decided not to share, something Scott left for fans to figure out, you know. So there's nothing there. Scott didn't put anything in there because if he did, the pictures would be in the game files and game directory. So since there was nothing there, I think there is nothing in the box. Anyway, FNaF 4 was quite good, yes. And there was a Halloween update, and oh yeah, I played FNaF 4 as well as FNaF 3, and when it comes to FNaF 3, I've managed to be 6th night, and I didn't try to do anything on the custom night or cheat night. No, cheats or in FNaF 4. So anyway, FNaF 4, I managed to beat only 5 nights, and the 6th night was too much for me, especially since you have to listen really closely, and my laptop kept lagging because every time you load a night, it was really hard for my laptop to load it for some reason, I don't know. And there was really strong lag when I open the door or when I turn around or something like that, so I decided not to play extra night. Okay, moving on. FNaF 5, aka Sister Location. Again, Scott experimented and it turned out really great. For the first time, we had a voiceover. We had Baby, we had Ballora, we had Hand Unit, we had Clara, we had Vlad, we had, of course, we had our boy Kellen as not Toy Freddy, as Funtime Freddy. And it was quite interesting because for each night you have to do something different. For each night you have to manage to create a strategy for each animatronic you are fighting, quote unquote. So that was quite interesting. And of course, when you compare this game to, for example, FNaF 2 or FNaF 1 or even FNaF 4, FNaF 3, I think it's easier. Of course, if you don't count the custom night or the fake ending night when you're trapped in the closet and you have to survive till 6 a.m. And it was really interesting because it was something new and something fresh. And again, the story. Now you have Baby, you have William's daughter, William's daughter, right? I think so. You have Ennard now, for some reason, and you have Michael, who turns out to be the second, like, purple guy, but he is a good one actually. So yeah, FNaF Sister Location was really good, and I again played this whole game except for the part with this custom night and the fake ending when you're trapped in the closet and you survive till 6 a.m. I didn't play it. I decided I had enough with the 4th night, I think, with Ballora. I spent so much time trying to beat this night, trying to wind up all these spring locks and trying to survive all these mini arenas, and it was so frustrating. But I did it after, I don't know, maybe 3 hours, maybe even more, I don't know. It was really hard. After the fact that Scott updated the game and made it easier. You know, it was after the fact. So I can't imagine how Mark did it without this update. But anyway, moving on. Oh yeah, let's talk a little bit about FNaF World. I haven't played it. I only watched MatPat play through all of this game. I haven't played it for a couple of reasons. First, because I didn't think that this game would provide some lore. That this game would provide some horrors. This game would provide something that we were looking for in all of these games before. But it kinda did, so that's why I was watching MatPat streaming this game. And at the end, of course, you fight Scott himself, and you fight this awful rainbow. Again, why I haven't played this game, another reason why I haven't played this game, is because some of these bosses are so frustrating. I didn't want to spend all this time trying to beat this damn rainbow. So I thought I had enough with the MatPat's playthrough. I know that we were introduced to Baby in that game and a couple of more things. But I thought that I don't really wanted to play this game. But anyway, moving on, FNaF 6, aka Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator, that's right. FNaF 6. Apparently the end. I don't know why, but I feel a little bit... I don't know how to say even. I feel that something's missing. Probably because almost every single question was answered in this game. And that's why I feel a little bit... I really don't know how to tell. Because from one perspective you have the end. You have the story. You can piece it all together. You can make a timeline out of this, and it all almost everything makes sense. And that's the end. It's a pretty much satisfying ending, but because of the lack of unsolved mysteries and something like that, I think it didn't really went for me as well as, for example, FNaF 2. It was, again, it was really, really good because, again, we have all these voice actors and I really love. And we have Puppet back, which I, again, really, really love. And we have Henry, and we have the end. Of course, there were some mysteries about the Midnight Motorist minigame, and this Fruity Maze minigame, and the Candy Cadet stories, but it's only like 3 mysteries, and I don't think they are as much interested as the story of Purple Guy and his doing, basically. I played through FNaF 6, and you can watch it on this channel, on the channel. I played through all 6 nights, I survived all 6 nights, and I decided not to do all these other certificates because it's not, first of all, it's not challenging to do them, because for the lore keeper you have to play the Puppet game and play this Midnight Motorist and Fruity Maze game, and that's it, that's everything you have to do. For the bankruptcy certificate you have to go bankrupt. It's not, again, that hard to do. For the mediocrity, you don't have to do anything. The most difficult ending to get, the most difficult certificate to get, yeah. And that's probably it. Because, you know, in every other FNaF, not every, but almost every other FNaF game, we had our ending. What we get after our 5th night, then we have something more after we beat 6th night, and then maybe even if there is a 7th night, you can get something else after you beat the 7th night. And in this case, it's just the end. It's the end. There's nothing more. It's done, basically. That's it. That's what I think about FNaF 6. It was a great game, but I kinda sad. For some reason, I don't know. So yeah, let's rate these games. Let's start with top to the bottom. My favorite FNaF game is FNaF 2. I'll give it 10 out of 10. We had everything we want to have in this game. We had a challenge, we had Golden Freddy, we have Mysterious Puppet, we have all these different games, death mini games. We have new animatronics, we have old animatronics, we have a whole bunch, we have Purple Guy. what else do you want? Like, everything is in there. Moving on, I think I'm gonna go with FNaF 4. Yeah, my laptop was lagging a lot when I was playing FNaF 4, but it still was a great game, and I'm gonna give it 9.7 out of 10. Moving on, third place goes to this location. A 9.4 out of 10. Fourth place goes to FNaF 1, 9.2. Then fifth place goes to FNaF 6, 9. You know what? No, 9 out of 10. Just 9 out of 10. And the sixth place goes to FNaF 3, 8.6 out of 10. So that's it. That's my top 6 FNaF games. And FNaF World is a separate game. I don't want to include these games because, you know, I haven't really played it myself. So that's it? Question mark. I think I covered everything I wanted to say. And oh yeah, I have a question. I don't know if somebody's even watching this, but anyway, if you want to see me, for example, play some FNaF games, then I'll try to record them. Just let me know. Again, I will try because my laptop, again, is a piece of garbage, and I don't think I will be able to play every single FNaF game. For example, I won't be able to play FNaF 4. So if you would like to see me play FNaF 4, sorry, can't do that. But I think for the rest of these games, I can play it. So if you want to see me play this great franchise, these great games, let me know. Comments, write me at my Twitter, I don't know. Yeah, thank you, Scott, for making all these games. You have been really productive making these games, and I think it was really hard for you to make these games. But you did it anyway. So, thank you. Thank you for making this amazing franchise. But anyway, I guess that's it for this episode of Yvonne Talks. It's gone for a long time, I can see it already. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.